And we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break Podcast.
Yay! A subscriber!
Thank you, Ron. Truly appreciate you subscribing to the Lakers Fast Break. I also host the Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest trends in news in pop culture. Pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcasts. I gave you a breakdown along with my good friend TJ Johnson, our thoughts on Captain America Brave New World. We share our spoiler-filled review on the latest Pop Culture Cosmos. Get it wherever you get your podcast. John Koss is here, Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. You know a lot of people will have some mean things to say about Luka, LeBron, and the Lakers after tonight's miserable performance. So go ahead and share your thoughts there and like and subscribe also as well at Lakers Corner and Clutch Talk as well. Magic Man's here. Great part of what we do at playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Had a really great crowd tonight. Thank you so much to everyone that was a participant from, of course, Sean, of course, John, Nick, Zach, Danny, the entire crew, Xbox, everybody that was part of it, everybody in the chat, everybody on YouTube, everybody on Facebook. Truly appreciate you joining us. But for every game coverage, go ahead and head on over to playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Also, as well, the Lakerholics. You know, Laker Tom probably threw something at the TV after a game like this. So go ahead and hear how angry he is, along with Jamie Sweet trying to defend Jared Vanderbilt to the world after a miserable performance again, getting beat by G Leaguers again, getting beat by LaMelo Ball again, not shooting when he's underneath the basket and passing out for three-pointer again, but you'll hear him try to defend him again at Lakerholics.com. Also, our good friend Empire Jeff TV covering the Lakers and Dodgers. Of course, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Yo! Go ahead, check out that right there. For those guys, Alfred Esmond, who was on the show yesterday, Legend 350, who was on channel. Go check out their channels as well. Of course, Joe Sorrell. If he decides to stop on by, he is at Ox1947 at LakersBall.com. Plus, also as well, he's got a game. You need to go ahead and get on Steam. Go ahead and get it on Steam today. It is Corrupt, Coreupt, on Steam. And then, of course, also as well, Simblades with a Y.com. And last but not least, please like and subscribe. Got over 100 people on the channel. Please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. I know the Lakers lost. I know the Lakers were terrible today. But you could cheer us up by hitting that like and subscribe and becoming a member today for just $2.99 a month right here at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast. Well, the Lakers, coming off the All-Star break, things were looking good. Luka got in some practice time, a little bit better conditioning. He's going to get his minutes restriction lifted here in the next, either today or in the upcoming days. It was on the schedule. Everything was according to plan. And thank you so much for the super chat, No Joker. But what wasn't according to plan was a team that the Lakers rebuffed and rescinded on the Mark Williams trade, the Charlotte Hornets. They came to play today. And despite the fact that in the first half, it looked like both teams were extremely rusty, the Charlotte Hornets, down by double digits at various points in time, came back in that third quarter with a 32-18 third quarter run. Actually was over a 20-1 run on the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers became lackadaisical. They made mistakes, turnovers, missed shots galore. Also, Austin Reeves himself, protesting a call that he didn't get, got himself kicked out of the game because he brushed alongside a referee after getting a tee. He got his second tee right there. He went out, and it all went downhill from there. And the Lakers, unfortunately, went down to the Charlotte Hornets and couldn't get back up. Some missed free throws by Rui didn't help, but the Lakers unfortunately could not get it done, and they lose to the hapless Charlotte Hornets 100-97. And here today to go ahead and discuss today's miserable performance, where the Lakers themselves shot 41% from the field, 29% from three, and only 66% from the line. It's a good man indeed. It is, of course, the madman from Toronto. He did get out of Toronto traffic to stop on by. It is Mr. Sean Grice. Sean, great to have you here. The Magic Man himself. Unfortunately, with 18 turnovers, under 30% from three, 51 attempts from three. This is a new look Lakers coming out of the All-Star break, and I'm not sure I like the look so far, Magic Man.
I don't. I have to agree with you, Gerald. Just I'm not even sure if I can quantify it as lackadaisical, Gerald, because there were lucid periods where they played effective offensive basketball, but it was in spurts. It was 2 minutes here, it was a minute and a half here, and Luka had six turnovers in the game. Now, while that looks like a lot, he had five in the first quarter alone. He had five of the seven Lakers turnovers. It was an atypical Luka game, Gerald. A lot of his shots went in and out. He wasn't effective shooting. Tried to facilitate, did a decent job with Austin Reeves out of the game. But Gerald, this was just I would just call it an absentee performance from a team that's trying to gel with new stars. And the reason why I say that is because it wasn't just Luka. Combined, when Reeves left the game, Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves were combined 7 for 27 from three. If your three best offensive players are shooting under 25% from three, take it to the hole. And maybe Reeves was frustrated that he wasn't getting any calls because he didn't get to the line tonight. But you still got to play through it. And yeah, I understand people's rationale that probably one tech would have sufficed, but we don't know what was said. It's going to get talked about. That Gerald.
By the way, John, I could hear you. Somehow you're not muted, just
All
to
right.
let you know.
Sounds good.
Yes.
I don't know.
We heard every single bit of that phlegm going up.
Oh,
Go ahead,
that sounds good.
Magic.
Just trying to clear out.
I was
clear
talking, by the way, John. I couldn't really hear it, so
Good.
I did.
It
It came through loud and
all
clear
right.
to my
Anyway, terrible defensive performance, Gerald. That was probably the worst we've seen from the Lakers, and with or without Luka. Gerald, before tonight, the Charlotte Hornets had won 4 games on the road. 4 games. We're almost 60 games into this year, and they've won 4 road games. And they came into LA and stole one. They stole it from the Lakers because the Lakers, as I've said before, played with their food again, Gerald. Instead of eating it, you get it all over your face.
Well, you taught Danny tonight, Magic Man, exactly what the phrase playing with your food means. And that is exactly it. As the Lakers lose 100-97, right now, because tonight's game was the only one on the schedule, the Lakers are now 32-21. They're 11 and a half games out in 5th place in the Western Conference. And here today to go ahead and discuss today's game. I don't know if it came across to the crowd, John, but somehow I magically heard it through an entire thing through my headphone. I don't know why, because your mute was on. So that is so strange. I don't know why, but we'll go ahead with it anyways. It is a good man indeed. He is the mastermind behind Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. It is, of course, John Costa. Lemon it up for you right now. John, great to have you here. It's a fantastic part of our playback.tv stuff. Live coverage. But unfortunately, with the Lakers playing as bad as they did tonight, they never seem to get out of the post All-Star game funk. No excuses, John. Doesn't matter how new this team is together. Doesn't matter how much they're playing with or without each other. Doesn't matter how new they are to each other. A team as talented as the Lakers, with 2 of the best players in the world, cannot lose. Cannot lose under any circumstances to an absolutely terrible team like the Charlotte Hornets, John.
Absolutely, man. And honestly, what I want to like start and preface by saying is like, look, Rui should have made those two free throws. Absolutely should have made those. But we were down by two, had two open shots, right? Should have knocked them down. But we shouldn't have been in that spot to begin with, y'all. Like we shouldn't have been in that spot to begin. We shouldn't have had to put Rui in a tough position like that. Granted, I would hope he can knock down two free throws that are clutch game, game important free throws. But to us, it's like, man, if we wouldn't have had 9 turnovers in the first quarter, if we wouldn't have finished the game with how many did we end up finishing the game with? 18 turnovers. Like if we wouldn't have like had such a bad game on that end and played down to their level. That's one of my biggest things that I talk about. The Lakers, I feel like they have a really hard time of well, not a really hard time. Something they do often is they play down to their competition's level. And at times they can also even play up to their competition's level as well. But most often, if they're playing a team that's worse than them, unless they just got their ass handed to them the night before, they're always gonna come in. They're gonna come in lackadaisical. They're gonna need to get punched in the mouth first so they can punch back. And I mean, it was solid in the first quarter. I mean, the Hornets defense had no type of resistance, but we were very lackadaisical on the offensive end, and that's where the 9 turnovers came in. I mean, Luka did have 5 of those 9, but Luka's is its own thing tonight, man. I ain't gonna lie. Luka just had an extremely off night. There he is. Luka just had an extremely off night, man. It wasn't even that. We were saying this on playback. It wasn't like he wasn't getting his shots. He was getting to it, but they just all happened to go in and out. But I mean, if y'all want to know exactly where we lost this game, it's that third quarter, y'all. That third quarter, they go on the that 23 run, I believe, or 22 run, and then end up taking lead of this game. And then ever since then, it was downhill after losing AR. And then last thing I'll say before my boy Joe kicks it off, um, I know some people may be mad at Austin Reeves or whatever for that. In my opinion, I don't think nobody should be mad at him. That was a bullshit call. A bullshit call. If anything, he should have only got one technical. Basketball is an emotional game. You should be able to, after your ref clearly misses a call like that, be able to, vent your frustration. Even if it's like, yo, come on, man, like call that shit. You should be able to do that without getting a fucking flagrant of 2 technicals and then getting kicked out. I mean, that it's just ridiculous. JSJ, can I respond to your comment? What comment, brother? Let me see. Just let me know. But
imagine what Denver is going to do to us is his last comment.
Okay, imagine what Denver's going to do to us. I mean, imagine what any team that can go has really good bigs are going to do to us. I think that's our weak point right now. We seen it what happened, the first game before All-Star break where the Jazz, they had that Twin Towers lineup, and we really couldn't do nothing about it. So I mean, yeah, I hear you, JSJ. I think that we're going to struggle with teams that are really good in that front court, but I'll let my boy Joe here go. But long story short, man, Rui shouldn't have been in that position because we should have played better. And AR, he should be allowed to have a natural reaction after a missed call like that without getting kicked out of this game.
Once again, it is the Lakers Fast Break. It is John Costa, Clutch Talk on Lakers Corner, Magic Man Sean Grice, and also as well, he is here. I mentioned him earlier. It is, of course, Ox1947 at LakersBall.com, along with, of course, the game that you have to get from him on Steam, Crypt, Crupt on Steam, plus also as well, don't forget that he is the man behind his company, Symblades with a Y.com. It is, of course, Joe Soro. Joe, great to have you here. For some reason, I'm able to hear you guys even when you're on mute. I'm hoping it's not translating out to the audience. If it's just in my headphones, this is the first time. I don't know why, but it is what it is. But I'm just hoping it's not translating to the audience. Joe, good to have you here. Your rock eyebrow is in full force. The thing is, unfortunately, what wasn't in full force was the execution on the offensive side of the ball, which, as we saw, under 30% from three, 51 threes, absolutely too many threes for the Lakers to be shooting. had so many opportunities inside to go ahead and take advantage of, and they didn't. Rui missing 2 free throws didn't help down the stretch. Austin getting thrown out, not keeping his composure. Although, again, it was an incidental brush by the ref. I think the ref should have let that one go, but he didn't. Just mistakes down the stretch, 18 turnovers. Absolutely a way to lose or keep a bad team in the game. And that's what they did tonight, Joe. They kept a bad team in the game long enough to let them win.
It's quite obvious that the team is just not gelling yet. And Luka looks like he's still laboring. He didn't look like he could play really in the second half. He looked like he was dragging. LeBron tried to bring him back, did bring him back. And we talk about clutch moments at the end of games. There's little plays that you have to pay attention to when it comes to clutch plays at the end of games. And the first instinct in that pass to Rui was no before it got to him. You cannot put the game in someone's hands that won't likely be able to come through. Rui, good player, good role player, but down 2, you can't depend on someone like Rui to hit both free throws. If it's Reeves, sure. If it's Luka, obviously, LeBron, but that pass should not happen. You have to make a play there, and you have to make sure there is 2 points or it goes to someone that can likely hit both free throws. Those are the little things that have been missing with the Lakers this last 5 years with LeBron and AD and the role players. It's just not a team that can perform at the end of games. And I don't know what to say about Luka at this point until he starts looking like Luka. He has not looked like Luka at all since he's come to LA, and I don't know when he will, because these are the moments you got him for. This is what you're waiting for. You're waiting for him to make these plays that will win the game for you. As far as the defense is concerned, a lot of the plays that Charlotte made were just luck shots. These threes that they kept heaving up. Looking at the product in general, the product was just absolutely horrendous in general. The NBA product is trash. We're watching it because we're fans and we're kind of already, it's in our blood to watch it. But seriously, this whole thing is just a 3-point shooting contest at this point. And you'll get lucky making them or you won't. And that's all this was. Lakers were making some stupid decisions even before. And this is the other thing, guys. They kept shooting threes when they didn't have to, and it caught up to them. And this is something that also happens a lot. You think that a missed shot in the second quarter on a stupid pass and a stupid shot isn't going to matter. Well, it does matter. Over time, it does, because you keep making that same mistake. I don't know what the NBA is going to do to solve this problem. There's going to have to be at least a handful of teams that eliminate this issue with this style of play. Are you going to tell me that the NBA is going to be playing like this for the next 5 years? All they do is shoot threes? Until
there's another trend.
There needs to be another trend here, man, because it's getting really bad. All they're doing is shooting threes. And what's killing me is the defense tied to this. Where the hell was Gabe on that Miles Bridges 3? Like, what the hell was he doing at the basket? You know these idiots are going to shoot threes. They're not going to get to the basket. And I mean, even if they do, they're not going to get an extra point if they do. That might help you in the long run. It's just not good basketball. I don't know what JJ Redick is doing, honestly. I think he's kind of limited maybe with the talent he has. And this is pretty much what they can do. And as far as Jared Vanderbilt's concerned, Gerald, who it's okay. So it's Jamie.
Jamie's absolutely. Jamie has a Superman crush on him.
Yeah, I don't understand what you guys are looking at when he plays, because he plays one game out of maybe 10 where it's like, wow, that's it. I don't know what you guys are watching. And the other, it's like, dude, this needs to be a consistent thing. Plus, he averages 3 points a game. This isn't the 90s. Okay, this isn't Rodman getting 15 rebounds with 2 points a game. That even Rodman today wouldn't work. He would not translate to today's game.
Let me add on to this, Joe, real quick. What weren't we told week after week, day after day? Don't worry, Vando's on his way back. Everything will be all right. You guys, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Vando's on. Well, we were told this constantly in our chat.
Gerald, that's what Rodell kept telling us.
I don't care what anybody. Look,
our audience.
I don't really care about that. I know what I'm watching, and even when people are coming at me with this, even the Max Christie thing, I'm still sitting there looking at the stat sheet, going, "I'm supposed to be apparently amazed at a guy that shoots 42% from the field and averages 9 points a game. That's a 2 guard in the NBA." That's and people keep telling me this guy's a starter. Guys, at some point I'm just going to stop talking and just let you dig your own grave. The Lakers are going to have some deficiencies here in more ways than one. Number one, they're not equipped yet for this particular team. We knew this. We've told you this already. The other thing is Luka is not acclimating as quickly as I thought maybe he would, just a little bit. I'm not expecting him to be all-world Luka in 3 games, but this was he looks like he is laboring, like he can't move. I don't know if that's a health thing. I don't know if he's maybe worried that he might hurt his calf again. But if this team is to win consistently and beat better teams, Luka's going to have to show up and kind of be at least 80%, 90% Luka. Otherwise, there's not going to be they're not going to win games against Denver and even Mavericks in some cases, depending on how well they play. So, Charlotte, this isn't a surprise in a lot of ways. Charlotte always seems to have our number. Charlotte, even when they were the Bobcats, we had a show recently where we talked about this. I remember in 2009, they were the only team that had a winning record against that Laker team. Everyone else they played, they either tied them or they beat them in the season series, counting the playoffs as well. So I don't know. I don't know how to gauge this yet. Most of the guys that were playing too, guys like Rui, guys like Connect. Obviously, Vando was struggling like he normally does. It just didn't look like they looked like they played an all-star game. So whose job is it to have these guys focused to play NBA games? Should be themselves, right?
I think Jamie should lay off the concentrates when he's thinking about Jared Vanderbilt.
Well, see, folks, first of all, I have a lot of respect for Jamie. I like Jamie. I consider him a friend.
You gotta lay off the gummy bears when you're thinking about Jared Vanderbilt.
Folks, I'm going to give you a little bit of a PSA here before
there are too many people on gummy bears thinking that Jared Vanderbilt is something that he's not.
I'm going to give the audience a PSA, and before I have it segue to you again, folks, I don't care how much you try to convince normal people, drugs are trash. I don't care if they're coming in gummy bears, in hippie lettuce, regular lettuce, romaine lettuce. It doesn't matter. Okay, drugs do things to your brain. Okay, alcohol can do that too. Don't get me wrong. I know alcohol can be bad, but I don't feel like I've ever done anything bad on alcohol. But that's a story for a different time. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, Joe, that's more of a nightcap, right? That's more of a nightcap.
Yeah. Again, that's controllable. You can't argue though logically, even though I'm trying to make it logical. It's all bad. One is worse.
So, Magic Man, I bring it back to you, my friend. Their chat is going wild. Lloyd Avenue, it seems to be reveling in the fact that Luka had a terrible performance. The Luka haters are out in force.
Great name, by the way.
We
Great name.
we thought we would be, over this when Luka came onto the team and the LeBron haters would start to silence themselves out. No, but they just regrew themselves out as Luka haters. And right now, again, he has looked terrible. He has not looked any way, shape, or form like the Luka Doncic that so many of us know over the past few years. But again, it's only been 3 games, but they're saying we're scared to say he wasn't clutch. No, I'm not going to say he wasn't clutch. He wasn't clutch. It's very simple that he did not perform the way he should have in today's game down the stretch or during the game at all. But neither member of the team did. No member of the team performed the way that they should have. LeBron James, 10 to 22. He tried to carry the team, 26 points, 11 assists. Wasn't enough. Rui Hashimura, 7 to 16, 1 of 8 from 3. Wasn't enough. Luka Doncic, 5 of 18, 1 of 9. If you want to say from 3, if you want to say that's not clutch, it's not clutch. But Luka Doncic, again, whether you say it's the calf still hurting him, as he did kind of wince and groan on a couple times, coming down, especially on that fast break early in the first half. Still didn't look right to me. Doesn't look right to Joe. But if you want to say he isn't clutch, if you want to go ahead with spew all that hate, you guys want to continue to go ahead on Luka. The thing is, he's going to be here for a long time, guys. At least until he decides what he wants to do with his next contract. You guys are going to have to come to grips with it and support it or not. That's up to you. But if you want to keep on the Luka hate train, go ahead, keep on doing it. Because at some time, if he turns it around, we're going to shove it back in your face. Go ahead, Magic Man.
Magic, can I just say something just really quick, brother? Then you go ahead and go. Lloyd Avenue, Lloyd Ace, whatever.
Well, it's not just Lloyd. It's not just Lloyd Avenue, John.
Sure.
There's a few.
No, absolutely. No, Lloyd is not the only one. There's a lot. But I'm just saying, like, to his comment of saying, like, about the conditioning and whatnot. Like, look, absolutely.
It's all true. He's got a point there.
He's absolutely got a point. But we have to be logical, I think, sometimes. And we have to remember the fact that, like, not everyone can have everything, right? Not everybody can have everything. But Luka has a lot of the shit and already put together. And I just want to say, do y'all really think that LeBron James is going to have no effect on this guy? LeBron James has mastered taking care of his body and staying in top tier shape. Like, do y'all not think that LeBron James is going to have any effect on this guy for years to come? I'm not saying, the effect is going to take 1 or 2 months. Like, Luka's about to sign a 5-year contract extension in the summer, y'all. When he signs that, you genuinely mean to tell me you don't think that LeBron James has been already working with them and is going to continue to work with them so that in these 5 years, his conditioning is top tier. He's going to be doing recovery and conditioning shit he's never even seen in his life that LeBron's mastered. But I just wanted to say that because just saying that Luka Doncic is a 25-year-old superstar who just led his team to the finals last year, who got a first-team All-NBA his first 5 years in the NBA, is washed, is an insane take. But go ahead, Magic.
Go ahead, Magic Man.
Gerald, for all those naysayers and for all those haters out there, you can suck on a purple and gold eggplant for all I care, because it's been 2 games. Nobody's hitting the red alert yet. No, excuse me, 3. Come on, Gerald. I'm on a roll here. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll away.
3 games. It's going to take more than 10. I'm sorry, but I know Stu and Bill McDonald, the next 10 games will tell a lot. The next 25 games will tell a lot, because we're going to find out if they're hitting their stride or not. And again, I'm sorry to tell people this. You think that your team is hot in February and they're going to win the NBA championship. It's teams that are hot in mid-March and April that end up holding the trophies in the summertime in hockey and basketball. And it's the teams playing well in December and January, Gerald, that end up holding the sticky trophy. You got to hit your stride at the right time. Sometimes it takes a little bit of luck. Sometimes it takes staying on edge. But this performance is not indicative of a team that's really ready to be evaluated, Drew. Like, people are really overthinking this, and it needs to take time to simmer and marinate. And quite frankly, it doesn't surprise me that people want, if you want to get off the train, jump off. No one's stopping you. I don't care if you stay or go. The train is off the tracks. The Lakers have Luka. That train's not going to get derailed. And guess what, Gerald? Train ain't coming back either. Because to all you other 29 fan bases that are licking your chops, waiting for the Lakers to lose so you can run to your little keyboard, talk to your little friends, let them know you control a bunch of Laker blood. You wish you had Luka, don't you? But you don't. And you can't have him. And you can go French toast yourselves.
Straight up. Brian,
Go French toast yourselves.
Brian Green, you said Luka has been a pro since the age of 14. He's had plenty of examples in the locker room of how to take care of his body. He has his own staff. You're right. He has been a pro since the age of 14. But I guarantee I will put my life on the line that Luka Doncic has never run into an athlete at the caliber of LeBron James that's took care of his body at the same level that LeBron James has. So, yeah, sure, you're right. He has had a lot of examples, but not one nearly as good as LeBron James. So, if you were trying to combat to what I was saying, brother, terrible take to that. That's it.
Gerald, this is the Lakers version of we're moving on to Cincinnati.
Straight up.
We're moving on to Cincinnati.
With your phrase earlier, Magic, though, I feel like going to a Denny's after the show today for some reason. French toast. Joe,
French toast is good. French toast over pancakes all day, Joe.
There you go. Absolutely. Put some bacon on the side. There you go. Joe, bringing it back to you. And once again, the Lakers lose 100-97. They're now 32-21, still fifth place in the Western Conference. They head to Portland next. Obviously, that's the team that does have a sub 500 record, but they have been playing well since the calendar has turned 2025.
Gerald, I have a question to ask Lloyd. Did you recently suffer a blow to the head?
He's just a hater.
You may have to seek medical attention for that.
Let him keep on hating.
That fart in your brain might blow, Lloyd.
But at Magic, in all due respect to him, and I'm bringing it over to Joe, Luka has not been able to perform as of yet. Again, it is his third game, coming back from a month off, but and then we see the justice for Nico Harris and hashtags and all that, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it looks right now like it's all in your favor.
Justice for Nico Harrison?
Yeah, there's in the chat already and all that. So, yeah. So I'm just going to say this now. And again, the Lakers have themselves a player. I mean, Magic rattled off his entire resume so far in the NBA. You would do that trade 9 times out of 9, 10 times out of 10, 100 times out of 100 if that was offered to you. So don't sit there and be, just the way you are, hating like you do. But if you want to continue, you have that right. You just be respectful in the chat. That's all we ask. But you know what? If they do, and he does prove you wrong, we'll let them know. But Joe, again, like you said, Luka's getting off to a rough start. He's got to turn around, hopefully sooner rather than later. But I don't see this as a finished product until it gets closer to the playoffs, Joe.
Oh, this might not be a finished product this year. It's too big of a change. You went from a team that had a top 3 defensive player and AD, and you did have Max Christie play much better defense than most of the perimeter players on here, although I do think that Gabe Vincent's is comparable to a degree, at least one-on-one. The issue here is the attention spans of society are lower the more we are alive these days. I'm surprised we aren't putting people in the Hall of Fame after one good sequence of plays at this point. That's how bad people's attention spans are. But this is going to take a minute, guys. It's going to take a minute. Sorry. And Charlotte took advantage of a bad call that seemed to kind of put the Lakers in a funk. I would rant, but I don't like to rant because of dumb comments. The only time I really would do that is if somebody says I said something that I didn't say. That's usually what pisses me off, and that hasn't happened in a while. I think a lot of people learned their lesson on that one. If you guys, Floyd or Boyd, whoever you guys are, if you're gonna sit here, just waiting for the zero to be on the clock when the Lakers lose, just so you can continue to say the same stupid shit. Well, that's your entertainment. I'm not gonna validate that for you. You can sit there and scream it all you want. This trade is going to be a monumental trade, and the Lakers will win championships in the near future. And I'm going to take a guess that you won't be showing up once that happens.
Yeah, like you dumbasses. We got sprinkled with Elvis dust. We didn't get fat Elvis. We got sprinkled with Elvis dust. You idiots. And you just can't handle it. It's been 3 games.
I don't know if it matters at this point.
It doesn't matter. What they say and what they think doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Too many people in the world. There's going to be a few that do what they do.
Oh, and they can kiss both sides of her ass when they do it.
So here's a problem.
There's
a big problem right now, guys. So go ahead, Gerald.
Well, I was going to say, Joe, this is for, in this case, Nick T, who has not been on the Luka train and admittedly, but he's been here every day. And I got a credit hit for him, and thank you for the super chat. $10 right there for you. Oh my God, Luka has been hurting this team since he got here. We were on a 6-game winning streak, blowing good teams out like the Clippers. Send Luka to the G League to get his legs under him. Stop with the excuses.
Okay. All right.
Appreciate the super chat.
That's it. No. Now I got to talk.
Good night.
Okay.
Here it comes.
I'll see you guys later.
All right.
Here it comes.
All right.
Goodbye, everybody.
Folks, let me ask you a question. Do you think that little abductor issue or groin issue, or whatever the hell it is, on AD, do you think that happened because he was sniffing the Central Standard Time in Dallas? Anyone? Folks, that injury was going to happen in LA. So AD would have been out a month. Imagine not having Luka now and not having AD. Now what? Now who's your team?
Oh,
What are you?
God,
What
I
would you
don't
be
even wanna
saying
think
then?
about
What would
that.
you be saying then? I want to know, because that injury was a problem and it lingered. He compensated and it became worse and worse. And he injured it because why? What was it? I want to know. I want you all to tell us that injury isn't going to happen in LA. For what reason?
He said it's Doobie says it's hypothetical.
Hypothetical. Is it? He's had that issue. He's had that issue this year. And it finally crapped out on him. So you guys got to come to an understanding with your common sense that AD would have hurt himself. He would have hurt himself and had that injury in LA. It didn't happen because he was in Dallas. Didn't he have an amazing game before he left? Wasn't it a 40-20 game? Matter of fact, wasn't it Charlotte? Matter of fact, wasn't it Mark Williams? It has nothing to do with whether I'm wrong or not. What am I talking about? I want you to focus on what I'm saying. AD would have had that injury in a Laker uniform. Then what? Then where are the Lakers? Not only this year, in the next 10 years. Because the longer AD stays in LA, the lesser his value is. And you don't have to worry about that anymore. And if you don't think Luka Doncic is going to be a badass in a very short amount of time here, then you guys should stop watching basketball. You guys have no idea what the hell you're watching. Seriously. I mean, what do you think is going to happen here? You really think Luka's going to turn into Darren Williams? Even Darren Williams didn't turn into Darren Williams until like year 10.
Let me just go ahead and bring.
So what is it? What is it? I want to know, how am I wrong in explaining something very simple? I want to know. I want to hear somebody say, "Oh, he wouldn't have gotten injured in L.A. with the injury that has been bothering him here for about a month or two." Think about that for a second.
EMD in the super chat for you, Joe. Do you still believe LeBron should retire? I don't know if Luka will be himself until then. Not in a bad way, but LeBron doesn't make players better. Appreciate the super chat. Here we go.
LeBron doesn't make players better.
I don't look.
Crazy.
LeBron at this point does not show any signs of needing to retire. What would be nice is if he took a pay cut so that they can add some more. LeBron James is the Tom Brady of the NBA. Now, it was easier for Tom Brady to take a pay cut because he knew it's a hard cap. There's no way around it. It's not basketball or baseball. He knew I'd have to take less money to make sure I have a chance at winning Super Bowls. It helped that he had a supermodel wife that was making $100 million a year, sure, but I don't think that would have changed his mind either. I think he wanted to win. How much is enough in the end? You want to make $100 million a year losing, or do you want to make $80 million winning? He decided, I'm exaggerating on the numbers, but you know where I'm going with it. He decided, I'm going to take a little bit less money so I can win Super Bowls, because you're going to, after $10 million, what else are you going to buy in this world that you can't, or that you haven't already bought? What, you're going to go buy 5 mansions? You can only live in one place at one time. So LeBron is going to have to make a decision on that. Whether he does it or not is unknown. Our cynical jadedness will say no, but they may not have to. They're going to have a lot of money in expiring contracts this summer, and they kept their assets from rescinding that trade for Mark Williams. So I am in complete comfortability here in that they are going to upgrade this team this summer. And Luka's going to have an offseason to acclimate. And LeBron looks like he hasn't really lost a step the last few years. Hell, this is how he wants to play for another year. Let's go. One less thing to worry about.
The only reason why I'm adding that in, EMD added in because when he first became a follower of the Lakers Fast Break, and thank you, by the way, EMD, truly appreciate you doing that and staying with us.
He's not controlling. I'm sorry, Joe. We're getting a lot of questions here. I got to answer these questions because I think it's important to get on it. LeBron is not controlling. Guys, I know some of you are new here. I'm going to have to repeat myself here. Guys, if the Luka trade didn't prove, and a matter of fact, Rich Paul, his agent, had just come out today and said, had he known about this trade, it wouldn't have happened. Folks, he did not know about this trade. Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka did not tell Clutch. You haven't heard the word Clutch from anyone other than me, basically shitting on them the last 3 weeks. This is the LA Lakers. Jeannie, we criticized her. We criticized Rob Pelinka. I did. Allowing an agency to run their game. Guess what? They debunked that 3 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago. They said, no. We all gave you a chance. Now it's time to do Dr. Buss stuff. And Jeannie did it. And Rob did it. This is not run by LeBron anymore. Jeannie made that very clear. Very clear. Rob and Gina made it very clear that LeBron is no longer running the Lakers. And neither is Clutch. But it's going to take a minute, man. You want these guys to just start balling up. Their team is not set up to work with Luka as it's set up. You're going to have to wait. If they can make a run, cool this year. We've said that. But you got to wait. It's been 3 games. And one of those games today was broken up by the All-Star game. They didn't play for a week and a half. And on top of that, you had a weird sequence where this idiot ref kicked out your 3rd best player. Well, at this point, the 2nd best player. You got to let it go, guys. You got to let this play out. Jesus Christ. Why? No wonder divorce rates in America are up to freaking 70%. It's like, dude, work a little bit. You don't get one thing your way, you start running away, start crying about shit.
Oh, where did Magic go? I was about ready to turn it over to him.
Magic got so distraught, he had to take a breath.
Okay. Fair enough.
I should take a breath. There's some water here.
Okay. It is, of course, the Lakers fast break. It is, of course, Joe Soro along with me, Gerald Glassford. You guys wanted to rant. You guys picked the Hornets nest, and it is, of course, Joe Soro. The Lakers lose.
Oh, Justin doesn't know what real anger is. Oh, this is tame, Justin. You haven't seen me angry. You got to go look at the archives.
Yeah, well, no, we took most of those down. Let's just say one of them was so bad, Justin, we got canceled off of TikTok.
Which I'm very proud of, by the way.
Yes, yeah, we got deleted from TikTok for one of them. No Joker says, so yeah, I'll bring all my shoes to 2 at a time for a dime. Truly appreciate the super chat. Once again, it is the Lakers losing 100-97. Joe, I want to bring it back to you. I'll try to see if I can get Magic Man to come back on. With the loss now, obviously, a lot of fingers are being pointed at. I just think, again, you guys are asking for way too much right away. You guys knew that he was out for an extended period of time with this calf injury. It still looks like it's bothering him, but he's trying to gut it through. He does not look like he's in tip-top Luka shape. I get it. I understand that. But you guys want immediate results right away. I understand it because we talked about it, Joe. We are a spoiled lot as Lakers fans. 17 world championships. How can you not be spoiled? So with that, Joe, again, I wanted to bring it over to you. I understand their frustration because this is the type of mentality, in large part, that we have helped set up as far as people expecting a championship run right away.
I don't know how you can logically look at the roster and think that this was going to be an immediate title run. We gave it we gave it a little bit of a support, but it still means that they got to get themselves figured out here. It's a discussion that we're going to have to continue to have here. I don't think it's going to go away. So I don't want to put all my energy in tonight's game. I'm worried about I was worried about tomorrow's game. Actually, I wasn't worried about tonight's game. I'm worried about tomorrow because that could get ugly quick. Portland is not a good place for Portland. Has never been a good place for LA.
I was worried, man. I lost you, my friend. So
I did not get the door.
No worries.
Was it the boogeyman?
As long as it wasn't one of our audience members wanting to come and find you, man. That's
hey,
good. But
what have I said before? I got a big backyard. Come on,
you're eating porridge
come
again,
on down. Come on down.
Are you eating porridge again, Sean?
No.
Well, unless it's
Joe,
a
Mexican street corn salad.
Well, what if it's a beautiful young lady from our chat?
Then Gerald, I'm sorry to depart, but I've got to depart.
All right. I just
however, I've had this conversation with a couple of them. If somehow we get to a point where Gerald texts me and says, "Sean, we're doing a show," and there's a little bit of compensation involved, then we have to I have to reschedule that part of my life because now Gerald is number one.
I appreciate that, my friend. So I bring it back to you. I bring you back to standard.
You guys want me to leave you? You guys want me to check out and leave you alone? I mean, what's going on here?
No, that's okay.
Well, you were the one talking about big hands in the playback chat, Joe. So we're not going to go there.
I got big hands. What do you want to do?
No, you weren't talking about your big hands. You were talking about somebody else's big hands.
All right, let's turn it over to Robert Wheeler. Question of the day. He's been reposting it. Again, I prioritize, just like every other YouTube channel, the super chats first.
Marco
so that's
Rubio
why
couldn't pull that with Joe.
if you guys don't put in super chats, I can't get to all of them when we have over 100 people like this. So I get to them as best I can. Sean and Joe, I'll start with you, Sean. How many points do you expect Luka to average for the rest of the regular season? Plus, that's not one of your really good questions, Robert.
That's a great.
I mean, yeah, I don't think I like that question very much. He's brought better. He's brought better to, what is the difference averaging how many he averages? The question is, how much will the Lakers win is what counts.
So he averaged just a hair under 33 when he won the scoring title, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's just a little under 30. Because I think there's going to be a couple more games like this, Gerald, that just, he's might average, it might get 15, 17 instead of his usual 30, 35. So I think it's just going to be a hair under 30.
Well, again, if he's bringing 11 rebounds, 8 assists, the 6 turnovers, obviously that has to be an issue that has to be looked at. But again, with him being so high usage and LeBron being so high usage, and of course he's the all-time turnover king, you're not going to avoid turnovers. The thing is, you have to keep it under what the Lakers normally average, which is 14. If they keep it under 14, that obviously gives them a much better chance to win, Magic Man. But when you have 18 along with the poor shooting, that's not a recipe for success right there. And that's a recipe where that gets you really out of shape in that third quarter where they got outscored 32-18, Magic Man.
100%, Gerald. And as John pointed out earlier in the chat, you shouldn't have to be relying on Rui to make those 2 free throws in that pressure cooker. But this is what happens, right? It's kind of when the teams are kind of coming apart in that first quarter. We could already see it, Gerald, with playing with your food. 5 turnovers by Luka. He's not feeling it from the field. Austin's not getting to the line. Normally, Austin started cooking a little bit, Gerald, but he wasn't. What I like to say is that he's a change of pace. He usually likes doing that. If he's been cooking from 3, he usually baits teams into thinking that he's going to continue, and he usually drives it to the hole. He wasn't really putting his head down going into the paint. And I think he was frustrated that Ben Taylor, you are the worst official in the NBA now, wasn't facilitating any kind of calls because he was trying to force the issue. And usually when you force something, Gerald, you try to fit that square peg in a round hole. You either end up getting frustrated or the environment around you frustrates you. And that was happening with Reeves. But you can't lose your cool like that. You're already in a tough spot with a team that you should beat. You know you should beat them. But you complain, you don't get the call, and you put your team at a disadvantage. I guarantee everybody that Austin Reeves isn't going to be bashing the refs after the game. He's going to be blaming himself for losing his cool and getting ejected because it's usually not like him. Hopefully he learned. It's a learning experience, Joe. You can't lose your cool like that and put your team at a disadvantage. I mean, Joe knows that. George No Brain Pickens plays for his Steelers. Runs his mouth more than he runs a route tree.
Any comment on that, Joe?
The Steelers. I
didn't say the Steelers. Don't turn this around.
Organizational. It's also an organizational issue. There's a lot. Their CEO. A lot of times the CEO is supposed to be the quarterback, but for the Steelers, it seems to be Mike Tomlin. His inability to control diva receivers has come to a head. And George Pickens you're getting a glimpse on why he dropped to the third round, because he's an amazing talent, but his head is up his rear end, and it's not a good environment to be in either when you have a coach and an organization that enables that kind of behavior. But the Lakers are gonna get beat up a little bit here, but in the end, I think once things get right, I don't necessarily think anybody's going to come back and say, oh, we were wrong. It takes a big person to do that. Rarely people come back and say they're wrong. What they do is they don't show up again.
Or they just ignore it, Joe, and they just talk about something else. They just ignore the fact that they were wrong. It's interesting.
There's this stubbornness in being right. And I hope for the new people here watching, because I know that our regulars know this, it's important to know that you're never going to be right 100% of the time. And when you are wrong, you got to admit you were wrong. Don't be Colin Cowherd. Does Colin Cowherd ever come on TV and say he was wrong? No. He always talks about how he's right. Now,
the last time he had somebody on who told him he was wrong was Bill Burr.
Well, that's because Bill Burr pulled it out of his ass. He had no choice. Otherwise, he was going to get reamed on his own show, talking about his disc being like 15 feet wide, right?
Oh, he had a red ass after that.
And that I always said that the Colin Cowherd is the kind of guy that yells his own name when he climaxes. That's the kind of personality he has. He's got $1 million a year show or whatever it is that he makes. So I guess he's doing something right. It's in the right ass. But we were wrong in a lot of these deals that had gone on the last few years in terms of who the people that were pulling the trigger, but they weren't wrong. They should have been criticized for the bad deals. Where I had to apologize is I made it personal. And I shouldn't have done that. And I'm well aware that might have sealed the deal to ever go on and hang out with those guys, because I wouldn't forgive me either. Because those brutal things I was saying. Even if this thing doesn't work, folks, even if Luka pulls a calf that can't be fixed, it still was the right deal. It still was the right deal, because this is the LA Lakers. Someone is going to come here at some point, because they always do. And they always get traded here, because they always do. And we forgot that for a minute. I forgot it anyways. And it completely brought me back to, we as a Laker fandom since the turn of the century have watched 6 NBA championships. And we've seen some of the best basketball that's ever been played. And maybe you all need to stop crying and whining about things when they don't go your way every minute of the day. It's time to settle down and let this play out. Let the freaking thing play out a little bit. Give this guy a minute to get right. He was out for 2 damn months for an injury that he played through last year and still did what he did. So relax. What did Aaron Rodgers say? Isn't Aaron Rodgers your favorite football player, Gerald?
Not mine. Maybe yours.
I thought it was. RELAX. Relax. Let it play out.
I'll just say this. Sports Baby put in there, normally the Lakers attempt 23 free throws a game. And that's actually
they wouldn't go to the basket.
They didn't. They
shot kept shooting threes.
51, Joe.
There was a game they played against the Golden State Warriors where I think the Warriors had like 4 free throw attempts, right? And then the bunch of idiot moron Warrior fans or Laker haters are like, I can't believe the Lakers got 30 free throws and Golden State had 3. I'm like, you stupid fuck. Did you watch the game? They shot 63 pointers. How the hell are they going to get to the line when they're shooting 63 pointers? That's how you know their box score Fans.
We're not watching the game right, Joe. There must be two walls out there.
You got to watch the damn game, folks. And that includes those assholes that make millions of dollars a year yapping about it. Again, we might be doing something wrong here. Maybe we should be lying sacks of shit and not watch the game. Maybe we'll make money. Nah. I make enough money in my life. I don't need to be a lying sack of shit. I'd rather be a little less rich.
I don't really care. They can have it. Go ahead. Luka tractor trailer Doncic. Luka big country Doncic. The round mound of the Laker turnaround. Go with it. Go with it, baby. We still got Luka. You still got Luka. It's been 3 games. You know what happens in 3 games, Joe and Gerald and John? That's about a week. People have oatmeal for brains as far as memory holes. So this Swiss cheese of a 3-game stretch we've had, y'all gonna forget about it. In about, I'd say about 3.5 weeks, panel. In about 3.5 weeks, Lakers go on I'll say a 13-game stretch where they go 10-3. And Lloyd and the rest of the ne'er-do-well knuckle draggers out there will find a new slant. You always do. You got nothing better to do.
Sean, to even one up you, if the Lakers have a good next game, they'll forget about this shit. So I feel you, brother.
Jeremy, I know you were first here. I've said this like every day for almost years now. Well, it is for years because I've known John now for years.
Yeah.
He runs Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner YouTube channels. And in doing so, he runs his own channel. This is also being simulcasted to that channel, but it's also on the Lakers Fast Break. And my guess is you're watching this on the Lakers Fast Break channel, but he runs Lakers Corner. That's why he's got the Lakers Corner on his thing.
Absolutely.
Just wanted to get you up to speed, Jeremy.
Jeremy,
I say it every day, but I know that people just they just don't listen. So.
Jeremy, if I'm not mistaken, I'm here on my Lakers Corner stream, and it looks like you're in the Lakers Corner chat. But hey, man, if you didn't know, now you know. Check it out.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. Well, that's the case. You're on Lakers Corner YouTube channel.
Exactly.
If you want to go and switch it to Lakers Fast Break, you can do so, or stay right there. We're going to be through the interim. But John, your channel and my channel. Now with Luka here, we've got a nice mix. We've got a whole bunch of Luka haters and a whole bunch of LeBron haters now. It's great, man. I spent my night and my morning trying to reiterate to someone who was not a LeBron fan, who claims now that Luka's here, LeBron has no control over his future whatsoever. I reminded him, and I said first, 24 hours prior, or almost thereabouts, I said, LeBron will stay a Laker as long as he chooses to. But no, the conversation kept going back and back. He kept trying to give me, this individual, some pretty asinine reasons why. He just couldn't get the message. And I had to finally clarify with him, do you understand LeBron has a no-trade clause? He has a no-trade clause, so he cannot be traded unless he says yes. And so his response was, well, again, Luka has all control. Rob has all the control. That means, when they're going to trade LeBron, he's going to have to, he's going to say, okay, yeah, go ahead and trade me. I told you 24 hours ago, that's exactly what happens. If he wants to go, he'll go. If he wants to stay, he'll stay. I just mentioned that to you 24 hours ago. We've been arguing, like Joe says, arguing for absolutely no reason for over a day. These Luka haters, these LeBron haters, sometimes they get into their own feelings so much they absolutely cannot think straight and use common sense. But now that we have Luka here, and now that he's not performing up to their standards, our standards, the Lakers standards, as of yet, we're going to get a ton of that going forward, John. How do you feel about that?
Well, you know what, man? all attention is good attention, man. So bring it on over here. Whether y'all love us for the content or whether y'all hate us just to come on here and troll, because this is what you do for a living, right? And I hope someone pays you if this is what you do for a living. But
I like to see them put that on their tax forms. Occupation
troll for a
troll.
living. Yeah, make sure you guys try to get your 1099s for that, because I don't know if you guys are W-2 employees for
Or
trolling.
if it's just an EZ, they could do it for free.
Man, right? But look, what I'll say is this, man, and I think Magic Man said it best, man. If people are gonna die on the ledge over a couple of over a bad Luka Doncic game, go right ahead, man. Like, go right ahead. We're not gonna do that. We know who we got. Y'all know my take. My take that I said was, once Luka signs this 5-year contract extension in the summer, I guarantee to y'all we are almost guaranteed a finals appearance within those 5 years. And then my boy Joe went ahead and one-upped me and said, Johnny, if we go to the finals, we can't just appear. We got to win that bitch. And I agree. We got to win that bitch. So essentially, in these next 5 years, we're almost kind of guaranteed an appearance and hopefully a win. So whether y'all like it, whether y'all don't like it, it's up to y'all. I ain't gonna lie, but it's what's gonna happen, and we're gonna be here for it. So you can either support it or you can hate on it, but we're gonna be here, man. And just watching we get that just watching we get that big to pair next to Luka, man. He needs a lob threat big, a mobile big, and once we get there, it ain't no telling, brother. It ain't no telling.
Joe, I'm going to bring it back to you. Jordan says the only thing we should be concerned about is Luka is still not right and can hardly move, which, again, Jordan, and to everybody else, especially the Luka haters out there that point that out, I cannot disagree with you on that. He does not look right. He did wince a couple times, in fact, once on a fast break. He does look like he's the slowest man on the court still. Although he did play before the injury, he plays at his own speed anyways. He'll get the ball and it seemingly looks like it's going to be a fast break. He plays at his own pace anyways. But still, I'm not going to disagree with him. He does not look right. But the thing is, patience. Patience, I think, needs to win out the day, Joe. And I'm just, seeing our audience response, seeing the response out there on social media, I just don't see that patience is a virtue that's, admired or adhered to by a large portion of the audience.
It might not be patience. It just might be people that have taken a side. Okay. And today the Lakers made up this game from the wildfire schedule. Tomorrow, the NBA starts its second half of the year, essentially. And one thing that I do know is Anthony Davis will not be playing in Dallas for another month, at least. So where would the Lakers be now if they hadn't made the trade? I want to really know. Do you actually think that Anthony Davis wouldn't have had that injury in a Laker uniform?
He was already hurting.
He was already hurting in that area.
Oh, Joe, it's all hypothetical. And Doobie, if a bullfrog had wings, it wouldn't bump its ass when it walks.
You got to start writing Hallmark cards, Magic Man. I just think you just got to go ahead and do it. Go ahead, Joe.
It doesn't matter. This is gonna be coming, and we all have to wait. Just wait it out. The problem is Portland is good at home against the Lakers in their history, much like how Utah was. I really thought the Lakers were going to win tonight. I had no doubt that they were going to win. I just didn't know AR was going to get kicked out, and I didn't know that they would allow Bridges to start hitting threes like he's Steph Curry. So one of those losses that really, really hurts, especially down the stretch when you're trying to get a top 4 seed.
The Orlando, the Atlanta.
you're going to have those games through an 82-game season, but the Lakers, this team can't afford those if they want to get home court in the first round. So they're going to have to win some games they probably shouldn't win to make up for it a little bit, which they did this last few weeks before the All-Star break. But I'm worried about tomorrow. Maybe it'll be reverse psychology like I was not worried tonight. And then the real games are going to start, folks. You're going to start facing Denver on Saturday. You're going to start facing the Mavericks. You're going to start facing some of the good teams here. And
Clippers
these games,
after that.
yeah, these games are not going to be boring like a Charlotte or a Utah game. It's finally there, and maybe the attention spans go up a little bit. It wasn't just Luka who was bad tonight. It was really everyone. Gabe didn't do anything. Rui didn't do much. Connect was a disaster. You know, those guys need to play. This team needs to make shots when they're open, and they were missing a lot of shots in the first half, and they had 9 turnovers in the first quarter. Now, Charlotte didn't score a lot on those turnovers, but those are turnovers that now you missed out on maybe 3 or 4 points, which ended up costing you in the end. This is something I don't know if NBA coaches can make light of anymore to these players. They just keep shooting threes. That's all they do. I don't know what the remedy to this thing is. I really don't.
Joe,
yeah.
as unfortunate as it may sound for you right now, as long as we have JJ at the helm, this shit is going to continue. I ain't going to lie. He's a big numbers guy, and numbers show that the team that gets up the most threes right now are winning games. So as unfortunate as it may be for you, brother, I think this shit is going to continue going that way until, like I said, a new trend.
I thought the 2020 Lakers stopped it.
Absolutely. Me too, right? Me too. And great fucking take. Oh, my God. Right? The 2020 Lakers stopped it because that was the first team that won by actually having bigs and actually dominating the paint and being a real defensive menace. But I think when the Warriors went back and won that bitch in 2021, and then now with the Celtics winning it, bro, the Celtics are literally getting up like 50 fucking threes a game. And it's like, this is a copycat league. So they're like, all right, well, if the team that's winning the championship are getting up 50 threes a game, let's do that shit too. But little do they know that that's not the only reason that the Celtics are good. It's because they can fucking guard 1 through 5 as well. So that's why they're extremely elite. Not only guard 1 through 5, but they shoot the lights out. But wow, Joe, great fucking take. Because I agree. I thought the 2020 Lakers stopped it, but it looks like not.
The only way you combat it is Silver and the competition committee would have to allow teams to be a little bit more aggressive on the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
Then at that point you can stop it. Otherwise, this is going to be the NBA game.
Once again, it is the Lakers Fast Break. Magic Man, I'm going to bring you on in here in a second. I got a question for you coming up. It is, of course, the Magic Man, Sean Grice, Joe Sorrell, LFB, also as well, John Costa from Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. The Lakers lose 197. Got a big crowd tonight. Please like and subscribe so you can get that crowd even bigger. Right here for you. It's so weird now because I could hear Joe yawning.
I heard that too.
I know he's on. You could hear it too?
I heard that too, yeah.
Okay, because the thing is, if you guys out there can hear Joe yawning, that's an issue. That's the one I worry about the most. But
get out of here, you tired bum.
Because he said, I think it's only us. Yeah, so that's so
I
weird.
hear everybody typing.
That's as long as they don't hear it. That's the
and wheezing and grab-assing and slurping.
My
and
hands
adjusting
are right now. So okay, all right. But getting it back to you, Magic Man, I want to get a question in there from SB. He said, "How was Mark Williams and should Larsa have just let the trade happen?" I don't know how Larsa Pippen, really is. I didn't know she was the GM of the Charlotte Hornets. Okay, and of course Rob is the GM of the Los Angeles Lakers, who rescinded the trade. But okay, I get the message there, SB. Your thoughts, though, on Mark Williams tonight? 10 points, 9 rebounds, a startling 0 blocks. He let a lot of players, especially LeBron, get their way to the basket. He did almost try to decapitate LeBron and almost was successful with it. But
you
your
missed,
thoughts? Go ahead.
absolutely, Gerald. And we missed everybody's missed the bigger imagery here. He was on a poster tonight, but not because he's a Laker. LeBron put him on a poster just to remind him who LeBron James is. And Mark, this is life. Sometimes you think life is going along well, Gerald, and then you look up and you see a pelican dropping a 4-pound pile of shit on your convertible. That's what happened to Mark Williams. Sorry, Mark. It happens. So enjoy North Carolina.
Look at the pelican fly, pelican.
John, your thoughts on Mark Williams before I head over to Joe? Again, after this, I think we'll just probably put this Mark Williams rescinded trade behind us, but we did get a taste of Mark Williams while he's out there on the floor. According to the Lakers, obviously they rescinded the trade due to health issues, so I'm assuming we're not going to have Mark Williams out there for very long. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope he has a long career. I wish the kid all the success in the world. No hard feelings on it, but your thoughts on Mark Williams tonight after him not being a Laker, after all.
Blessing in disguise, man. Blessing in disguise. I think our boy Stone Hansen said it pretty nice. It's a blessing in disguise. We have a chance to we have a chance to keep Dalton and still be able to, bring on a big. It slows up the process of it, of being competitive or actually doing something of significance this year. But it's a roadmap, man. It's a roadmap, and God damn it, I'll say it again, man. We got fucking Luka Doncic, guys. We got Luka Doncic. Can't even believe it. So it's a roadmap, guys. Come free agency, LA is going to look a lot more attractive. Not only do you get to come to beautiful California, not only do you get to come make a whole bunch of money, not only do you get to come play for a great organization, but you can come play next to a player like Luka Doncic, who's a generational great. Don't know many players in the NBA that's turning down that opportunity, especially with the chance to be cemented in NBA history by winning a championship. What's up, Magic Man?
Yeah, no, John, I was just going to say both Black Logic and Lloyd have left the chat, Gerald. I guess they had to get the next bus back to Mudville to catch the Red Shoe Diaries because both of you can't get a girl.
And I haven't even seen Darren. I haven't even seen Darren. He would be out and about tonight. I hope Darren all is well with you, my friend. But he's usually growling and prowling somewhere on the chat, talking about LeBron this.
Well,
LeBron
I'm
that.
sure you still have to catch the Red Shoe Diaries, Lloyd, because you can't get a girl. You got to come in here and troll.
Oh man, that's going way back there. So, I think you're dating both of us back there that we both know about that. All right, but John has no clue. John,
I have no clue what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, he has no clue.
Exactly, John.
None of that you don't know. That's just good one, Magic Man. Good one. So, Joe, your thoughts on Mark Williams? Good riddance to bad rubbish, or again something that was a promise unfulfilled with the Lakers?
Who's to say that Mark Williams wouldn't have been good with Luka and LeBron when they're set and have chemistry?
I mean, I think he would have been good with them. It's just
the issue with him is there might have been an issue with him being able to play, which has been a chronic problem.
There you go.
And I think in the end, the Lakers put themselves in a better position for the summer to get a better frontline player in the summer. That's it. That is it, folks. I'm not even gonna address trolling from some of these people. To me, I think there's trolling, and then there's just delusion. I think those are two different things. Trolling is somebody coming in and saying LeBron sucks. Okay, LeBron sucks. Okay, great, thanks. Okay, LeBron sucks. Things like that. That's a troll. But if somebody comes on here and says, when is LeBron going to retire? I'm not going to really get upset at that. He's been playing for 40 years. It's okay to say that. But then if you do say it, you got to back it up. Back it up. Why? You can't just say, oh, because he sucks. No, that doesn't work. You become a clown at that point, and not a good one either.
Lloyd says it's facts until we see a good Luka.
What have we seen the last 7 years?
This nigga just took him to the finals. This nigga just took the Mavs to the finals. What are you talking about, gang?
Like I don't understand what exactly. He's coming off an injury.
I'm sick of hearing about. Oh well, you guys are overlooking AD's decorative offensive and defensive. Okay, he's made a few All NBA teams, but let's look at the facts, Gerald. AD is playing in his 12th NBA season. He's played twice as many seasons almost as Luka Doncic. In the previous 6 Luka Doncic seasons and the previous 3 seasons consecutively, he's finished 3rd, 2nd, 1st in scoring. In the 12 seasons AD's played, he's finished top 10 in NBA scoring once. And we have put effusive praise on Anthony Davis, Gerald, most of the time. But there are times, Gerald, where he has a double nickel game in Washington, and then he comes back and it's 18-10, 17-12, and then he'll go 29-16. There are pluses and minuses with all of this. But people want to overlook Luka's prodigious success in 6 seasons. He's been one of the more precocious NBA talents we've seen so far. Led his team to the NBA Finals, has won a scoring title. 5 of 6 years he's been All NBA first team. But you still want to call him Fat Elvis, Big ass Luka, whatever. Keep going. Keep going. Just keep going. Keep coming. Because it's all a dream to you idiots. But it's reality. The train ain't stopping. The purple and gold train is coming out of the station, and it's Luka's team now.
I
And you just got to deal with it.
I think the repeating of this is also becoming stale.
Well, I don't care what you think, because I had to live for 2 years. I had to hear you and Stone Hansen bitch. Oh, Lakers. Oh, we got 2 more years of this crap with LeBron. I stay up on the East Coast for this shit. And I had to listen to you bitch for 2 years. So you can shut the fuck up. We got Luka. God gob.
Joe, personally, I wouldn't go for that. I personally would never go for that. But I mean, whatever.
Sean feels he can. Sean feels he can.
Dodger season is coming up.
Sean feels he can speak freely because he's 2,500 miles away. He wouldn't speak like this in the same room.
Yes, I would.
Because he knows size 13 would be coming at his head.
Yes, I would.
And then the next thing he would remember is waking up in a hospital bed. He'd be thinking he's back at work again, like back in the day. Except in reverse. Sean, just for the record, I let you
Shut
talk.
up, Joe. Shut up. Just shut up, Joe. Just shut up. All right.
Joe, I'm going to bring it back to you. Why
Sean,
was even LaMelo playing in the game?
What's up,
His
Joe?
father-
Hold on, Joe. Hold on, Joe. John has a question. What's up, John?
I just want to see Mission 24 said how much would it cost for you to become an American? So we got to know this answer.
Trump's gonna make him American
If somebody wants to trade, let's go. Let's go. One of you hippies wants to become a
He's gonna
Canadian.
send Kachuk, he's gonna send
go.
Kachuk to Canada to handle everything over there.
Let's go.
How much are your eggs? How much your man? How much are eggs over there in Canada?
About
I'll just leave it at
$10.
God damn.
That's probably around the same what it's costing now here in the U.S. But
Well,
I want to
mean,
say this.
It's a little bit more because our dollar is shit, Gerald. It's 58 cents worth what yours
point.
is.
Good point. Joe, why was LaMelo even actually out playing? His father just had an emergency surgery amputating his foot. Now I know the BBB jokes are flying on around all that. I think it's kind of tasteless that they would go, people go there. But then again, this is the world we live in 2025. But man, that was mentioned during the game, and I was like, I heard, real briefly, my God, he lost his foot, Joe, an emergency surgery, and his son is here playing all the way up, wherever they're at, playing the game. I guess, all was good. Go out, play the game, do what you need to do, Joe. But would that be kind of weird if your dad, I know he's passed away, just like mine is, God rest his soul. If he loses a foot, wouldn't you be by his side when he was doing so?
My dad would have been more like Brett Favre's dad and said, "Get your ass out there and play."
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think my dad would have been like, "What am I, a child? Like, go work." No, I don't. I didn't see it as anything. Really, honestly, his leg is gone, Gerald, and he's alive. So I think it's okay.
Well, he lost his foot, not his leg. But yeah, Joe, I mean, the leg might be on the way out. The leg might be on the way out too. If you look,
well, his leg, it looked like it was up to his shin. I don't know. That's a tough one, man. He looked pretty content though, smiling in the. It might have been sepsis.
That's what we call a Freudian slip in the business.
It might have been sepsis. Might have been gout. Who knows? But he looked.
Got the gout.
He looked.
Could
he
have
looked
been
like
diabetes, Jeremy.
he looked like he was relieved.
Damn.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be relieved if I lost a foot, Joe.
Yeah,
I'm a
that'd be
diabetic.
It might have been a chronic
I
thing
wouldn't
where-
be relieved.
Flex Wheeler, former bodybuilder, he lost his leg as well.
Harry Von Erich.
Well,
He had a
he
motorcycle accident.
he lost that in a motorcycle. That was deliberate. But these guys had.
Oh, really?
some
He
kind
meant to kill himself.
No, he didn't do that until later.
there's been talk that might have been there, but
Factor?
nothing has been proven. But I think if anything, it helped him, and he ended up getting a win for his pops, if you want to look at it that way, even though they didn't mention it on the telecast.
I understand what Joe's saying. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? For the most part, people with Joe's correct, people with some sort of morality and values, their life can kind of change, turn a corner after something like this. As he's yawning in my face while I'm talking.
That's what that sounded like.
However, LeVar Ball ain't Ebenezer Scrooge, ladies and gentlemen. He's not going to be visited by three ghosts. The candidate for that.
Oh, that's so good.
Why are we talking about LeVar Ball, dude?
This guy is, yeah. But, I mean, it's sad that you lose a foot, but ladies and gentlemen, this is why you take care of yourself.
Damn right, man.
Especially in American Canada, where they don't give a damn whether we live or die. Actually, most of the time, the government doesn't want any of us to reach age Well, you guys collect Social Security when you're 55.
No, we collect apparently, according to the numbers, we collect them until we're 150.
Even if you're dead.
Apparently so.
Wow. I mean, even Canada doesn't have that.
I didn't know about this until a few days ago.
America, here we come.
Fuck
No
yeah.
more.
I'm fightful from an American.
3 days
standpoint.
waiting line for a CAT scan.
I'm fightful from American tale. Let's go to America.
We veered off completely out of the topic.
You guys did. Yes,
And
you
I
did.
and I love it,
But
Gerald.
Joe brought up Canada becoming part of America.
and I love
Go
it.
ahead, John. Go ahead,
Gerald,
John.
I gotta let you know because my boy JSJ wants me to let you know that the Lakers corner chat that's where all the mods are at now. So JSJ wants me to tell you that's the best chat. But
Yeah. Gerald, we need to point that
I'm
out for the
sorry,
record.
I run the
Thank
Lakers
thank
fast
you,
break.
Jeremy.
He runs the
Joe,
Lakers
the
corner.
reason why LeVar was looking content is because he's on a lot of drugs, a lot of pain medication.
a whole lot of
So a few Dilaudid would even make Joe crack a smile, ladies and gentlemen.
Joe, have you ever been high, Joe?
A couple times, but
It'd be hilarious.
my
to
thing.
see you high.
It's not his thing.
I feel it. I hear you. Can't relate.
Tattoos aren't his thing either, and he
I
gets
prefer
mad about
a good
I'm
buzz.
getting more.
Getting high is it could be people saying that while you're drinking alcohol too. I don't consider that high. I just consider it buzzed, and it's quite fun. If you think I can have the quips while I'm
Or any intoxicating substances.
it just the right environment, the right company, you're gonna be able to take advantage of some things.
Absolutely.
I'm going to say this, John, though, with tomorrow looming on the horizon in a place that they do not normally find success in. Do you have concerns about what's going to take place tomorrow, especially coming off the loss today? I mean, Joe certainly has, and I can understand his concern in regards how the Lakers will playing their final sub 500 team for a little while, because all they have after that are some really tough games ahead, John.
I mean, look, what I'll say is
You went a little too far there, Ralph.
NBA teams, unless they're really down in a dump, they struggle losing, 2 times in a row, making the same mistake, especially the way we came out lackadaisical and the way we got outscored and just punched in the mouth especially in that second half. I would love / like to see us be able to, turn it around. Granted, we have struggled in Portland, as my boy Joe has said. My boy Joe, the historian, has stated. So we'll see if it continues to go that way. But the way we got embarrassed here in that third quarter and the way Rui gave up those free throws, man, I tell you what, this team better not go to sleep tonight. They better get straight to the gym. We just played in LA. So go ahead. Just you ain't gotta go nowhere. Go, you know what I'm saying? Take a little power nap if you want. See you back in the gym around 3-4 in the morning, man. Let's get some shots up because this is unexplainable. But to answer your question, Gerald, we should be able to get it done. And what I'll say is this: I said on the playback, losing the winnable games is one of the worst things you can do. That's one of our biggest downfalls last season. And this was losing a winnable game. And if we lose in Portland, there'll be another winnable game, especially with the tough schedule that we have coming up after that. But hey, man, we're here.
I got almost 100 in the chat, John, and I've got right when you need them the most, the mods all go to your channel. But the thing is, they're your audience. That's your entire audience. It's my mods. So,
Straight up.
yeah,
Shout out you, Gerald. Shout out you.
there you go. Shout out you, John. Yes, there you go. But before we go, Joe, again, tomorrow, concerning game because the Lakers do not traditionally play well in what was once called the Rose Garden. Should just be actually still named the Rose Garden, but we'll just leave it at that. Your thoughts? Again, I'm not even sure LeBron. I was
Instead of the
worried that
Durex Condom Center or whatever it's called.
yeah, whatever the hell it's named. But I was worried about LeBron and his continual foot, ankle issues, whatever, not being able to play both games. With the loss tonight, I think he now has to commit to playing tomorrow, Joe.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And it's going to be hard, even with him playing. I don't know how this is going to play out. I'm not feeling good about it. It felt similar to them going to Utah before the break. I've watched too many Laker games in my time, and Portland in Portland, Utah in Utah, Denver in Denver. On the ends of back-to-backs usually spell doom.
Yeah.
If you think it's bad now, wait till you drive it. No, wait. Sorry, that was a line from National Lampoon's Vacation.
Let's go, Joe. I need to eat so I can take my back pill.
Are we going to eat? Are we going to starve to death? I don't. If you think it's bad tonight, seriously, it's going to get worse tomorrow if they lose. It's going to be scary how bad it would be tomorrow night.
We're going to have the balls to be here. That's the thing. We are here to take the abuse from you guys when they lose.
I didn't think, Gerald. I don't
we're
think
here to win, and we're here to give it when we win.
I don't think today's commentary was really that bad, even though it wasn't good for Luka, and it's just.
And they do have a point.
You gotta also understand. You gotta let this thing marinate a little bit. It's not. Do people really think?
Yeah, this is NBA 2K or something. Yeah, we got.
Do you really think?
No, it's doing 12 in
do you think a 25-year-old Luka isn't gonna be a star anymore?
The nigga who literally just took him to the finals last year.
And Dallas had no business being in the finals last year. Absolutely no business. He beat Shea Gilgeous and he beat everybody's next Jordan and Anthony Edwards. And not only did he beat him, he dropped a 3 in the Defensive Player of the Year's face.
With the Apple Dumpling Gang behind him.
It doesn't matter anymore. He's not going back to Dallas, at least not in this era of prime basketball. The Lakers are going to assemble a team in the short term here, maybe not immediate, but in the short term, that will allow him to be competitive, and that's something we're going to have to sit here and wait for it to happen and cross our fingers that Boston doesn't win another title. If that happens, I have no doubt that at some point the Lakers will win a championship with Luka, and the Lakers can start getting back to passing the Celtics in titles.
And you guys, for months, for years, have asked Joe, have asked Sean, have asked me, have asked John to be more positive about the Lakers. Finally, we're positive about the Lakers, and we're saying, here we are. We're positive about the Lakers and what direction they're making going forward. And you guys still crap on us. And we're here to take it. But again, we're here to dish it out as well. And we will continue to do so. Just the next time you message me over the course of a 24-hour period of time, understand the first statement I made was the right statement all along, and not to have me have to continue to circle back to that statement time and time again before you just describe 24 hours later exactly what I told you in the first place. Please. It's a waste of my time and it's a waste of yours. I don't mind answering the comments on YouTube after we do the show, but please, common sense, and I'll leave it at that. But
Please,
John, before we...
Please. I'm sorry, that Men in Black meme will never tire.
There
We
you
got
go.
Luka. Please.
We have Luka, indeed. John, what you got cooking on your channel, which all my mods have actually
You tell them that
traversed
at the impound lot.
called Lakers Corner.
Yes. If you guys want to come check out Lakers Corner, like
Like my mods did.
Just how your mods are, just like how my boy JSJ, Kurt, Mission 24,
Xbox.
Xbox, all my dogs, Zach, everybody, man. If you guys want to come join Lakers Corner, it's on YouTube. I'm about to be at 2,000 subscribers, man. Come check it out. Lakers Corner.
Congratulations, Shawnee. It's
Thank
all
you.
your hard work, man. It's all your hard work.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, and I do game recaps on there. I do 2-minute game recaps. I do look at you. I do full like detailed game recaps where I go into more detail about the game and its significance. Do some film breakdowns sometimes. If you want to check out my Instagram, it's at Lakers_corner. TikTok is Lakers Corner 24. But besides that, I mean, best Lakers chat room of all time. And check me out if you want to. If you don't want to, you're still going to see me here on the Lakers Fast Break because I'm always going to be here.
There you go. And that's much appreciated, my friend. Even though my mods, I guess, not be. I guess they're revolting.
Appreciate
we
you.
get a larger crowd. But it's always the case, John. When we lose, we get a larger audience. It never seems to fail us. Then we'll just leave it at that. But Magic Man, before you go, you hopping on the show tomorrow night as far as playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Are you heading up the show like you did? It's such a great job tonight.
Oh, yeah. Because Austin Reeves has fresh legs. I'm not worried about tomorrow night.
He should. And as we found out, according to what LeBron said, it was regarding not him brushing a referee. It was regarding his use of the F word that caused him to be out. And then LeBron's response was, yes, while he initially used an F word when he, was doing that, as far as his initial reaction, he refrained from using it further. But I guess they thought that was enough and gave him the double T, which caused him to be out of the game. And of course, you all know what happened after that. So, Magic Man
didn't know we were in. No, I was just gonna say didn't know we were in elementary school and couldn't cuss. But all right, sorry about that. Go ahead, Magic Man.
Yeah.
Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, I realize we're this is a family show. We respect that fact, Gerald. Most of the time, it's him that started it. I'm blaming it all on this jackass. And we try. But I mean, adults use 4-letter words in the real world. And why all of a sudden these refs wear pantyhose to work?
Again, just very soft tonight. And
I don't know why. What are you worried about? All the 12-year-olds sitting at the front row at a Los Angeles Lakers games, or are you more worried about the 50 OnlyFans models that you think are angling?
We know Mark likes that.
But the F word said by a Okie from Muskogee, that's a no-no.
Drugs are bad, King.
Drugs are bad, okay. Jeremy said, I miss a good old-fashioned Joe rant. So before we head on out, Joe.
Guys, rants are like good steak. Do you want to eat it every week or like
you can't have it every
sweet
game.
spot?
Yes, I agree.
The Nemless, that's a great avatar name. I will say this. The first period will tell me all I need to know about tomorrow night. If the Kachuk brothers come out and they rock and roll Canada like they did a few nights ago, it's going to be a long, long night in Canada. Not enough beer to drown that sorrow. So I'll say this. In the first 10 minutes, if it's 2-0 USA, that Great White North's going to have a red ass tomorrow.
Is he going to have a red ass because he's shoveling snow?
I said the Great White North, you idiot.
So
That means 4 million people, you jackass.
I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe went to San Diego.
I'm not listening.
State
All I'm
University,
hearing is Canada.
and he tells me that I don't understand English. This man went to a university in the United States.
State University.
Oh, well, I mean, Gerald went to a couple too, but he doesn't talk like a jackass.
I speak the way I speak because
I believe Gerald graduated. I don't believe you, even if
I don't know if he graduated.
Even if you do,
Did you
have
graduate?
that diploma. Gerald's is real.
Right up there.
Yeah,
Right
Gerald's
there.
is real.
That's
It's
right there. That's the degree.
Gerald's
I
is real.
can't see it.
Shut up, Joe.
I saw it, you idiot.
I'll just say this: I get the bill. So.
You still paying student loans?
I still remember I graduated in 2016
Joe, when did you have
with my bachelor's.
Oh, 16. Okay. What? I paid mine off.
I went to USC in the 90s, but I didn't go back to finish my bachelor's degree until 2016.
Congratulations, Gerald. That's a
Big time.
That's a real diploma. Unlike
I paid off my loans in 2006.
who cares?
Good for you, Special K. Good for you.
Yeah.
I played basketball.
Ugh. Oh wait, hold on. Let me do it on this side.
Yeah, when he picks me up from the airport, he's gonna drill me right in the face, drive me to the hospital.
That's
All right.
good. That's good, Jay. Rantology would be a good major.
Actually, Rantology 100.
Now that's a course you want to take with him.
Yes.
I got the books on that and the street one, so you get the best of both worlds.
Dodgers play their first spring training outing tomorrow. It's that way here in the not too distant future. Your thoughts on the Dodgers, man, before we head on out?
I've never been so excited for
like that drive-through guy from Wayne's World. There, you need to fix your audio.
Excuse me?
It was my your thoughts on the Dodgers before we head on out?
My thoughts on the Dodgers is
Tomorrow.
the sports world is going to see either an epic season that they've never seen before or an epic failure. Either way, they'll both be epic. And tomorrow, the Dodgers start. It's a Cactus League game. It's a spring training game. But you're going to start seeing what could be one of the more legendary teams of all time, not just in baseball. And I'm going to be there for every game. And I'm going to be talking shit every game. So much so that the Sean Grices won't even be able to talk.
I don't give a fuck if you talk shit about
you
Dodgers
are going
games. I
to
don't
feel
give
it.
a shit.
You have no skin in the game, but you'll still not talk. That's how devastating it's going to be.
Shut up,
John.
asshole.
I might actually
If you got a problem with that,
the mods into their chat as well on your channel at this rate.
You might what, Gerald?
I might jump over to the chat on your channel too at this rate. with
Come
these
on
two up
over,
here.
man. Come
There you
on
go,
over.
guys. But again, like and subscribe to the Lakers Fast Break, Clutch Talk, and Lakers Corner. Joe Soro, you haven't named your channel as of yet. Again,
there will be a Dodgers Fast Pitch show.
that's the show name. Yes,
The
but not
show
channel.
name, but the actual channel will be more designated to something that no one can come at me with any copyright BS down the road when I become more popular in my controversialness.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
So the Dodgers Fast Pitch will be the show name, but the channel will probably have to bear my name because you can't stop who I am. That includes you, Mr. Grice.
All right, boys.
I'll tell you what, though, for tomorrow, we do have playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Simulcast. Okay.
I'm the Joker,
And-
you jackass.
And then, of
You
course,
have
for
nothing
more
to
of this
threaten
fun,
me with.
My name is Pitt, and your ass ain't getting out of this one.
again, we were going to
I
have.
know why they call you. I know why your kids call you Pa, because you pathetic.
Oh, come on. That's a dad joke if I ever heard one. There you go.
You turd.
The drugs are bad. Okay.
After that one, we need to get out of here after that one. Of course, it is. Of course, the Lakers fast break.
Would have been good to have drinks tonight. I think it would have had a little bit more freelance discussions.
John Costa, Joe Sorrell, Magic Man, Sean Grice. Thanks again for watching, listening. Please like and subscribe. If you were listening on audio, go ahead and follow us there. But always make sure you're attuned with what we're doing. Tomorrow, it is playback.tv/Lakers fast break for the live simulcast of the game against the Portland Trailblazers. And after that, Aaron X says, I'm like the Mean Gene in front of two dudes cutting promos in WWF. Yeah, I can see that.
That's
but
because
it is
we're
also
the
what we do
cream of
tomorrow
the
night.
crop. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my. Would you put out that cigarette? Would you put out that cigarette, please? All right.
Yeah.
He was on John Costa's channel. He was on John Costa's channel.
What were you doing? Hanging out with Maury Povich?
He was modding for yeah.
I can't call him Current Affair. I keep thinking Current Affair, the show from the
it's
90s.
Current Affair. Again, it's an inside joke for a Hollywood superstar. You have to look it up. I'll just leave it at that. But once again, it is the Lakers fast break. It is Joe Sorrell.
Hold on. JJ has something to say. Hold on one second, Gerald. I'm sorry to interrupt. LeBron is not Tom Brady at this point. More Vinny Testaverde. Wow. Hold on. I gotta read this. Don't sleep on Clutch's role, though. Getting Luka out of the club in time to suit. JJ, did you forget who Vinny Testaverde was? Really? Vinny Testaverde? You couldn't even give him at least Ben Roethlisberger? Ben Roethlisberger won a couple titles. Vinny Testaverde, great guy, by the way. Great guy. I've had friends that have known him. Great guy. But come on. LeBron, Vinny Testaverde? Even at this point, that's an insult. He was a John Elway 97-yard run or drive away.
I mean, Vinny Testaverde got to an AFC championship game, but Bernie Kosar was almost there.
It's just don't sleep on Clutch's role. Though they didn't have any role, JJ. They had no role. That's why this thing went through. And Clutch is done. Clutch is over. They don't run the Lakers anymore. Now it's Luka time, baby.
But LeBron still has control of what he
Luka
wants
time.
to do for his future, and people have to keep that in mind as well.
What was that, Joe?
Go shit in
again,
your
the Lakers.
Sit down.
I said LeBron still has control over his future. He always has control over his future, and people need to keep that in mind as well. But it is, of course, the Lakers losing 197.
There you go, RJ. That's a good one. We've said that. We've said Braun is like Peyton Manning. KD is A-Rod. That's a good one too. I never thought of that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. I say that LeBron is like Brady, probably more because of his longevity. But Jordan's probably more accurate in terms of their accomplishments. Yeah, from a championship accomplishment.
All right, please like and subscribe, but we'll be back tomorrow night for
Joe
the game.
keeps trying to sign off. We keep screwing it up.
Yeah, you do, but again, that's expected out of the show. It is, of course, always coming back for us tomorrow at playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. And then, of course, for more fun and hilarity and for more cheap shots on us, we'll be back for more fun tomorrow night on the post game right here at the Lakers Fast Break podcast.
That video of Mark having an orgasm was hilarious. Did you see that?
Have a good evening, everyone. Be safe.